What's going on? If you clicked on this video, that means you either are a fan of Tekashi 6ix9ine, you don't care for Tekashi 6ix9ine, whatever the case may be. This is something that we definitely need to talk about. Just came out on TMZ within the hour. Basically, you know that online, this kid loves to troll. He loves to talk reckless. And I know how a lot of people feel. They say, you know, if you put out negative energy does come back to you. I believe in that. I do. You put out positive and negative come back regardless, because people are people. But if you put out 100% negative out into the universe, things always tend to happen. And I hate to say that when it comes to anybody of a strong influence with money, you put things out in a way as if you can't be touched. There is always going to be somebody to test that in some given area of the world. You just want to put out positive. Regardless who your hype people are, regardless who you have on your team, just put out positive energy, man. We have enough violence in the world, and it's ridiculous to this point. I hate that for Tekashi 6ix9ine it got to this point. I'm going to read the story to you guys. I'll leave the link in the description box below. But basically, he was kidnapped. You know, he was in the studio in Brooklyn working on music till about 4 o'clock in the morning. Again, the link is in the description if you want to read the whole entire story. But in the studio till about 4 o'clock in the morning, leaves the studio, heads home, pulls up in the driveway. Another vehicle pulls up on him, and 3 individuals get out of this vehicle, run up on him with them things on him, put him up in their whip, knock him unconscious. Dude is out, comes to, and you have 3 strangers looking at you. Like, I want you to vision this for a moment, man. I already read the story, so I know what it is. 3 strangers looking at you with all type of crazy demands. They know you have money. They know that you're a powerful influencer out there, and they want that money. So it's your money or it's your life. At this given point, what is it that any regular individual, you don't have anybody with you, you're by yourself. And you're not going to sit there and start talking reckless when those things are pointed in your face. You're not definitely going to do that. So he has to give him the intel. According to the TMZ story, they pull back to the crib. Now all this comes from a source close to Tekashi 6ix9ine. They pull up back to the crib. One of the gunmen stay with Tekashi 6ix9ine inside the vehicle. The other 2 run up inside the house where his child mother is with the child, with their kid. Kid wasn't harmed, baby moms wasn't harmed, thank God. Now, according to the TMZ story, they make off with $750,000 in jewelry and between $15,000 to $20,000 in cash. Oh my goodness, man. Look, first, I want to definitely say that thankfully, look, money, jewels, cars, houses, whatever, all that can be replaced. A life cannot be replaced. So this man still has his life. This is basically a second chance to do better, to put positive back out into the world. He's currently hospitalized. They have the pictures out there. Individuals are going to be talking about this story. I'm sure sources that are close to Tekashi 6ix9ine, they're definitely going to sit there and give updates. My prayers go out to Tekashi 6ix9ine. I don't know this kid personally, but I don't wish harm upon anybody at all. Enemies included, nobody. You don't understand someone else's situation. And definitely in the hip-hop game, when expectations are you have to look a certain way if you want to have growth, you have to do certain things, say certain things, your team has to be a certain way, and you have to sit there and put out negativity into the world to millions of kids that follow that negativity. So for Tekashi 6ix9ine, I hope when this man comes out from the hospital, that mindset is different. He's not going to be putting that negative back out there into the world again. This story coming from TMZ, you know how TMZ is. I know a lot of you feel TMZ is 50-50. But in the past, TMZ has dropped stories first. They dropped the stories first before any other news media jumped on the story. So TMZ is starting to be that credible source. Now, whether this story is real, I'm going to have to say parts of it have to be real. Got pictures of this dude hospitalized. Again, I hope for the best for him, for his family. Keep your family safe. Forget everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Forget everybody else. Keep you and your family safe. Don't put that negative out into the world. It comes back. Kids that follow Tekashi 6ix9ine, I hope you're paying attention. Don't put that negative energy out into the world. Because at any given time, somebody's going to test the words that come out of your mouth. Somebody will test it. If you're talking big, there's going to be somebody bigger that's not on your level that will test it. And this isn't just Tekashi 6ix9ine that this has happened to. It's happened to plenty of artists. Plenty. Based on where you are, as far as popularity, that's how it's going to hit news media. If you ain't that popular, don't worry, nobody's going to talk about it. And if they do talk about it, it's going to be on Twitter somewhere, here today, gone tomorrow. But Tekashi 6ix9ine, being the fact that this kid has been bubbling, every drop that he does on social media is getting the views. Being hospitalized is going to get talked about. Whether it's on this particular channel, somebody else's channel, you're going to hear about it. You're going to read about it. And then the memes are going to come out. That's what makes it worse. Because there's so many individuals that either love Tekashi 6ix9ine or do not like Tekashi 6ix9ine. And once they start creating those memes, it's going to be jokes on the kid being hospitalized. It's going to be jokes on Tekashi doing all this talking and then finally getting tested. That's how people are going to look at it. Somebody finally pushed up against them. You don't wish that upon anyone because it can happen to anybody at any given time. So this video is for us to make sure that we as a community, we're putting more positivity, more positive thoughts, more positivity, just helping one another the best way we know how, and praying for those that are lost along the way, hoping they can be found and their lives can turn around. And I hope Tekashi 6ix9ine can definitely, after this incident, turn his life around. Not just for himself, but dude, you got seed. You want to make sure, you know what I'm saying, the kids are good too. So you know what it is that you have to do. It's your main man, Daym Drops. I'll see you with another video. I was going to drop a whole other video. I was ready to talk about big girl loving, and now I got to talk about this kid right here, man. I hope we do better, people. I'll see you tomorrow with a food review.